happening, guys? Gemma here and back again for another video, and today I want to talk about my Super Nintendo collection. But before we talk about that, I just want to stop and pause and wish some of you guys, some males, some men out there, happy Father's Day. If you're hands-on with your kids, and more power to you, I genuinely hope you have a great day and you get some awesome stuff. I've already seen a ton of pictures on Twitter of some of your children kind of buying new gaming stuff, so that's damn cool. So have a great one, guys. I hope it's an awesome day for you. And the second thing is, just very quickly, I want you to make a comment now and let me know which video brought you to my channel. Like, what was the first video you saw on my channel, and what was the video that made you subscribe? I've seen a lot of that trending, and I want to know from my subscribers what video brought you to my channel and then made you subscribe. So, kicking it down then, in front of me here is, I'll put the number on screen now for the amount of boxed Super Nintendo games I've got in front of me. I'll show you a picture of all the unboxed games. I don't have any doubles from boxed to unboxed. And I think upstairs there's well additional unboxed Super Nintendo games, so I'll show you that picture now. And some really nice titles in that unboxed pile, like Super Metroid, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time, classic games that I grew up on with my brother, playing some two-player, some couch co-op stuff, absolutely amazing. And I've probably had the most fun on any gaming console with the Super Nintendo. Now, you are going to see, I can guarantee you in this video, you're going to see every single game on this table. And I want to talk about some of my memories with the Super Nintendo and some of the games that really make me buzz in my collection. I can see one right here. The yellow box of Super Mario World. It's a little bit battered, quite difficult to come by is this. I don't know why that is, but when I got this, a lot of you guys went absolutely nuts for it, because you couldn't believe that. Wow, oh my god, how do you find a yellow box? I actually know somewhere else that's selling one as well that I might go back and get, because again, my box, this is a little bit battered and the inlay isn't in the best condition, but nonetheless, I remember my friend Matt, he had the yellow box, and I just remember as a kid being so drawn to the awesome colours on this box, and I'd never played it until I kind of went round, I think it was just after one Christmas, and he had this and I was just blown away because I'd already played All-Stars, and obviously I'd already played Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario Brothers 3 on the NES. So just to see this in its 16-bit glory for me, you know, like a Mario game, All-Stars as well as this, was just one of those moments, you know, that you don't forget. And I remember finding this on a pickups about 4 months ago, and I just, you know, those games that you just know you're walking away with, this was definitely one of them. So I was like, yes, come on, absolutely wicked. Now, a lot of the more kind of obscure stuff, oh actually, just kind of put that there, these here, I will link a video in the cards for the retro game hunt of when I found these, and the pickups video. Probably my best Super Nintendo haul to date, because as you guys can see, we've got a mixture of PAL and NTSC stuff. The majority of the NTSC boxes over here. We got Pilot Wings, Kirby's Avalanche, Stunt Race Effect, Star Fox, Super Mario Kart, Yoshi's Island 2, Street Fighter 2, and The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Those that I just kind of mentioned there, best haul ever. I got a really nice deal on them. And just on that topic, this compared, let me pop that right here, and I need to get some more shark protector cases as well. Just pop that down here. This and this, beautiful games. I remember being with my friend, oh, what was his name, Simon Gray. He was a drummer, and we went to his house, and he kept telling me his house was haunted, and we were trying to, you know as a kid you would tell these ghost stories, and we went to his house to try and find this ghost, and we actually ended up playing. It was this Link to the Past. I'll hold the PAL copy up, Link to the Past, and it was my first time seeing it. Now, I've always been fascinated with top-down games. As a kid, I used to draw these top-down rooms. I was fascinated. So this really tapped into that side of my geeky childhood, and that's when I first saw this at Simon's house. And out of the PAL and NTSC copy, I'd probably say the NTSC copy is in much better condition box-wise. I don't mind having cross region games. Some people question it. I think it's absolutely brilliant because from a collector's point of view, coffee time, from a collector's point of view, I think it's just really nice to have both. The box art differs. I do prefer PAL box art. I don't really like the black, kind of like the black border on the NTSC boxes, but nonetheless I think they're super cool to have. So yeah, that's my kind of Link to the Past, love it. And Jess, again, I think if you saw yesterday's video, you'd have seen Jess donated to the guide, bless her. So I actually have the Link to the Past guide now. So I'm like super stoked. I'm gonna put that right here. Just again on PAL stuff, let's just pull this around a little bit. Super Mario Kart is my favourite Super Nintendo game of all time. From a collector's point of view, I do want the blue box as well. This is the classics version, a bit like kind of like Platinum PS1 games. They kind of re-released them. The box art wasn't as great and they were a little bit cheaper, and that's what this box art is. Actually, I really just want to say on Super Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch, loving the Snes balloon battle level. It is one of my favourites, one of my absolute excuse me, favourites. Now, coming over here, shout out to Level Up Games in Canterbury, because one Christmas Eve, not the Christmas just gone, the Christmas before, they sent me as a Christmas present Megaman X. This is the NTSC version, and I've been meaning to do a stream of this. In fact, I was going to stream this weekend, but it's been so warm outside, I'm just going to chill outside and top up my tan. I was going to stream, but I will stream this week. And this could potentially be one of those retro streams that I will be kind of kicking off next, so stay tuned for that. Let me know as well what your favourite Mega Man game is. I'd really like to see a reboot of the series actually. Seems to kind of be fizzling out a little bit. I mean, we're getting all these kind of series revamps on PS4, remasters, remakes. I would have loved to have seen this. I'd love to see a new Mega Man game on the Switch. So where can I put it? We'll just put it here. What else do we have? So like I said, you will see all of these on B-roll. Let's just talk about these Zombies, or Zombies Ate My Neighbours as it's known in North America, and Ghoul Patrol. This is the sequel. This is nowhere near as good as Zombies. Zombies for me was so much fun, and again it is that kind of top-down ethos. Really awesome on 2-player. It is available on Mega Drive as well, but I don't really like it. I don't like that you've got the black border around the actual game and the map is kind of in the border rather than it being merged into the actual full screen game itself. But really good fun. I remember being quite ill one day and being off school for a day and just stayed up playing this. This was awesome. But this I think I found at last year's Play Expo in Manchester. Definitely nowhere near as good, but worth a punt nonetheless. So if you've seen it about and you get a chance to buy it cheap, I think I paid 55 quid for this. Not too bad at all. Also in yesterday's pickups video, we got Final Fantasy 2 and 3 down here. And underneath that, I have done a retro stream of this, if I can just pull it out without dropping anything. The Chaos Engine, flipping awesome. Again, top down view. I don't know what it is with 16-bit top-down games. I'm really drawn to them. It shone the most on the Amiga. Played it in my friend Matt's house. You'll hear me mention these friends a lot because there were about 3 friends that I gamed with as a kid. Paul, Damien and Gareth, brothers, and Matt. And this was one that we did have on the Amiga. It's like an action game. For me, it's kind of like, it reminds me of Metal Slug, but top down. I always kind of thought that. I don't know why. There's maybe a resemblance in the art style, but really fun game. Quite difficult, quite tricky in places. The levels can be pretty long, and you collect different weapons just to progress from area to area to area. It's again a ton of fun, and I really like that. You know, you kind of like do a group of levels, then you complete it and you move on to a completely different style of level, and then you go through that group and then a completely different style of level again. So it's really nice. I had a ton of fun. You can level up you can change your kind of weapons and level up a little bit with this. So there's some RPG elements, I guess, but again, really nice game there. Super Mario RPG, somebody mentioned this in a recent video. recommended I get it. I've had this for a couple of years now. NTSC only. Don't know why it was never released on PAL. And again, quite a bold move, I think, for as far as the Mario series goes. Excuse me. Again, more kind of isometric angles rather than it just be kind of straight top down. So you've got your isometric angles, all of your classic characters in there, and again, it is what it is on the tin. You know, you can level up. It's not your classic side scroller style. Somebody said to me recently, is Super Mario RPG a little bit like Super Mario Bros. 3? No, it's not, but you can check out gameplay on YouTube. I don't have a license to stream Nintendo games, so unfortunately I can't stream it. Potentially might get one. Let me know if you do have one. I've heard they take quite a lot of ownership over your channel, Nintendo do, so I'm a little bit hesitant over it. But let me know if it's worth getting one in the comments below. So hiding right at the bottom here is a copy of Pilot Wings. I'll show you on B-roll and as well on NTSC. And it was a launch title for the Super Nintendo, and it was amazing because it made really good use of Mode 7. So that's kind of rotating sprites to give it a bit of a 3D effect. Worked really well, and I think it's aged really well considering it was one of the first Super Nintendo games to be released. Very, very difficult. As a kid, I struggled to get past the first license. Like, I'd get my first license, then that was it. You know, my kind of sense of balance on the game was absolutely terrible. I was always terrible at flying the plane. I could never quite match up the landing and would always crash. Obviously, now as an adult, I'm a little bit better on it, but needless to say, I was crap on it as a kid. And just on the topic of that, with Mode 7, Nintendo at the time were in talks with Argonaut Games, who actually went on to team up with Nintendo to create Starwing, because Argonaut developed the Super FX technology to give that 3D effect that you did see in Starwing, which is down here, Star Fox in NTSC regions. So it was interesting at the time because I was reading this really good article about Pilot Wings, and it gave quite a lot of information. It was Dylan Cuthbert. He's the name that really pops out because he was the brain box behind a lot of what went on in Starwing, and this whole notion of the Super FX technology coming in to the 16-bit period. Stunt Race Effects was another game that utilised the Super FX chip. I think was there 5 or 9 games? I don't fully remember. It may be 9 games, but not that many. Because I think some games didn't utilise it as well as Starwing did. I think the FX chip may, and correct me if you disagree, the FX chip is amazing in this. Stunt Race FX, not so much, but absolutely blew me away. I mean, I remember again, I was with Matt actually, I think he got it for Christmas again. Matt got a lot of Snes games for Christmas. You know that kind of opening sequence where the ships fly out of the base on that first level, and I was just like, what? Are we really seeing this on the Super Nintendo? So yeah, good times on this console. My favourite in the whole world. So there we go guys, a little glimpse into some of my memories from the 16-bit period. You've seen every game on here, you've seen a picture of all the unboxed games that I own. Please tweet at me, I'll put my Twitter handle on screen here. Tweet at me some of your Super Nintendo collection, or tag me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is here. And definitely let me know what some of your some of your favourite Super Nintendo games are. But thanks for watching guys. I'll be back on Tuesday with a video, hopefully some streams this week if it's not too warm and I don't want us to be outside. But definitely subscribe and hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. But for now, happy Father's Day again to some of you guys out there. My name's Gemma, take care. See you soon.